Welcome back to Gamify This, the podcast game show featuring the artist, Samuel, the gamer, Sean, the nerd, Puzzle. Join us as we compete to come up with the best gamified solutions to our daily experiences in Gamify This. Hi, welcome back to Gamify This. I'm Samuel, your host, joined by our two co-hosts, Puzzle and Sean. Puzzle's a nerd, Sean's a gamer. We're gonna play some games based on a real-life topic that none of you probably enjoy very much. But what's gonna be fun about it is we're gonna figure out how to make it fun, so you wanna do that.
Good experiences.
Good experiences.
And none of us are professionals, but all of us are creative.
I thought you were gonna say none of us have good experiences. This is
None
just
of us have good experiences. We're all have the big sad.
We're
Yeah.
all looking for them.
Because you need to enjoy life. Are you drinking like watered down, crusty hot sauce? What's going on there?
This is Smirnoff.
Anyway, we're gonna talk today about some fun topics, make them a little bit more fun, because Puzzle brings a little bit to the table with his nerdiness and his ability to put puzzles.
I have a tendency to figure things out.
This is no longer an inside joke. This is mainstream Coolio stuff going on.
Oh man, my inside joke went mainstream! Yeah! I went really red there. Sorry, I derailed.
And Sean's a gamer, so he knows a lot about how to waste time. And,
Those aren't related. Those are two
He's
separate
probably gonna
skills.
bring in some ideas here today. Puzzle, can you calmly drink alcohol?
That was water. I can't calmly drink water.
And yeah, so he's gonna find us ways to waste our time doing a normal thing, and I, being an artist, am going to artistically judge both of them for their game ideas. But before we get into that, we like to talk a little bit about ourselves and what has happened to us since the last time we were together, and maybe some ways that we've been actually playing the games that we... who wants to go first?
So I called the police on myself on accident while I was house sitting.
This is a great story.
So I'm house sitting for some friends, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn on the security alarm. So I push the security buttons, and it's like, okay, it's armed. If you open the door, we'll call the police right away. And I open the door, and it calls the police.
Right away.
With ease. Hooray! The police officer shows up and he's like, "It's the police?" I'm like, well, so I go downstairs and he's like, "Hi, are your parents home?" And I'm like, "No, I'm house sitting, sir." And he's like, "Oh, do you have your phone on you?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Can I get your phone with you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm walking up the stairs and I'm like, "What's your name?" And he's like, "Well, I'm Officer Boho Skadizzle, whatever." I don't remember what his name is, but he said officer at the beginning, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is not a casual situation.
This is the real thing.
Anyway, I get upstairs, and I call the people, and they don't pick up because it's 12:30. And I'm like, "Well, Officer Boho Skadizzle, what do you want to do now?" And he's like, "Well, do you have text messages?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I talked to the mom of the family. She said I could have their rotisserie chicken in the fridge." And I gave him the text message, and he's like, and he goes, "All right, have a better night," and he leaves. I was so scared.
I mean,
But-
valid.
He was nice though. He was just doing his job. I appreciated him.
Another good Christian cop.
I don't know if he was a Chris Hizen. Anyway, I also changed my senior thesis topic like the week before I'm supposed to submit it to a board.
Just the topic, right? Not the whole thesis.
I've changed the whole thesis.
No, I mean, you don't have to submit the whole thesis in a week. Just the topic.
I have to submit the whole thesis on Thursday. Wait, no, sorry. The issue. The
but not the whole paper.
No. Yeah,
Okay,
no. I'm not presenting the thesis.
That was a really good story, Sean. Now we want to talk a little bit about gamification in our
I
life.
had a faith crisis. Because I changed my senior thesis topic from human trafficking to questioning your faith. And then my soul exploded within me. Because I was like, am I a freaking Christian? I think so. Why am I beating myself up about this? Am I a healthy person? No, probably not. Wait, am I a Christian? Probably not. Wait, yes. Huh? And it just goes... It ended in just total existential dread for a couple hours.
By the way, y'all be kind to yourselves right now because we are going through a seasonal change. And for some of us, that comes with very strong existential dread. And for some of us more than others, where they just won't understand you and what you're feeling. But I've been affected by it. My friends have been affected by it. I've also got actual things going on in my life that make me feel certain ways. But the season will do that to you, okay?
And it's good advice to follow in general. I mean, I think it's
Yes.
really just... Even the narcissists need to be kind to themselves. In my opinion, the reason they're narcissists is because they don't believe they're good enough, so they just pretend they are.
There's also clinical narcissism, where it's just something that is a thing that's wired poorly in their brain.
So I got my heart broken. Before that, I was playing Gamify Dating, and I actually went into my game where what was my game? I never came up with a really good name for it, but the one where you date 3 people before you're ready to date the one you really want.
Yeah,
It was like a phrase. The name was a whole phrase.
Yeah, it was you get some for the one, or you get some to win one, or something
Yeah, you
like
get
that.
some to. You use some to win.
Oh, it was you win some for the one.
Yeah, you don't use.
that's not a good word to use here.
It was supposed to sound like you win some, you lose some, but it was you win some for the one. And I was trying to win a few at the same time. I just went through all the phases of the game, even the brushing the hair out of her face, leaning in for the kiss, all those things. And then I ended up, yeah, we'll just say some things escalated quickly, and I got disappointed. I got invested for the first time in a long time.
Is it possible that part of it was because you were dating a whole bunch of people, or do you think it was just with this one person?
I think what I learned from it is I'm not going to be as good at dating a lot of people at once as some people are, because I get attached really quickly, and really, it matters a little more to me than it does to some people.
I think one thing that was a small issue was they started out saying, "Hey, neither of us are going to take it too seriously. We're going to see what happens." But Samuel didn't realize that it was pretty serious from the very beginning for him, and he couldn't quite make amends with those feelings and what was being said.
Well, I
That
was trying to be
sucks.
careful too, because I was using a lot of the "for now" and "we'll see" and that kind of thing, and like that's just how I feel at this moment. But I'm dating around, those kind of things. It's gonna take another 7 years. I'm sorry.
I wasn't gonna say 7 years.
That's how it was for Jacob.
There is
in the Bible.
no... You're the frickin' Bible. There is no problem with taking time to recover. In fact, I think most of us forget that we're hurt and start doing other things. And then all of a sudden, we forget about it, and then we get reminded, and we're like, ow! My hip's broken? I forgot about that.
But yeah, that's one way that I gamified my life. You got to be careful with some of these games and the effects they'll have on you.
Real quick, my love life is strange. I'm not gonna say anything more.
I always feel bad because I think Samuel and I are really close friends, but I always feel unqualified and not the right person to talk to because I've only ever been in one relationship. And yeah, we've been through a lot of seasons. Jesse and I have been through a lot of seasons and been through a lot of things and figured out how we have changed over the years. Like we've been dating for almost 5 years now, and we've become different people throughout those time periods. We're always figuring each other out, figuring ourselves out, figuring out how our relationship is in these different phases. But I've never broken up with someone. I've never been led on by someone. I've never been cheated on by someone. I've never been ghosted by someone. Like
there's a whole range of experiences that you haven't touched.
Yeah, right back to the dating episode. Your experiences and my experience is very
The
different.
dating episode, I was the whole thing because I thought Samuel should win because I had nothing. And at the end, Sean was like, well, I really wanted you to win, Samuel, but I just gave Puzzle so many points. I'm so sorry.
Puzzle
You
did
literally
have
said that at the
so
end.
many more
I did.
explosions.
I don't know.
So just real quick, because I did want to spend a little time in the gaming and puzzle. Sean, you went into your existential whatever, which is good, but that took over some of the time. Have either of you? We've made a lot of games about life, about things that we face every day in our lives. Have you noticed yourself sort of playing them? And are there any that have stood out to you that you've been playing, getting good at, like I have with dating?
It has stood out to me the importance. The application has been pretty bad because my daily spoon count has gone down to like 3. I don't know why. I don't know
You've only
where.
been spooning a few people?
I'm gonna ask for a definition of spoon.
It's an allegory for how much bandwidth you have mentally and physically. So,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
if
you've told me this before.
if every day you had 10 spoons, going to school takes 3 spoons, doing the dishes takes 1 spoon, doing the laundry does 1 spoon, having a hard conversation with someone might take 3 spoons, etc. When you're out of spoons, you have a reason to explain to yourself why you're exhausted. But I've just been fatigued. I've just been burnt out and unable to use my brain, unable to use my emotions. I've just kind of been, aside from my 2 job interviews, I don't know what I've done the past 2 weeks. It's just been a blur. And I think I might be like really depressed right now and not know it. And it's just like not sad depressed, just the depression because of the changing season. And like that's draining. I'm not sad. I'm just like out of energy and just don't feel like existing.
Yeah. So he has, and I'm wondering if my friend is also dealing with this, just like this sudden disconnection from any emotion. Just like where I'll be talking to him or whatever, and he just won't care. He just doesn't have enough energy to be emotionally invested in what's going on in my life.
It's like now I'm paying spoon bills every day and I can't use them for fun.
I totally understand what you mean. And you're not alone.
I recorded a video and I don't know if I'm ever going to come out with it. And I had this idea and I don't want to take up a bunch of time, but I just sat down and started talking about my experiences with perfectionism and burnout. The more I do something, the longer it takes for me to do it again because it has to be better than last time. And it just makes everything impossible. It makes just looking at something impossible because I just can't do it. And I have to reconcile that if I want people to see it, I have to be okay with it just existing, being mediocre. Mediocre doesn't exist. Mediocre is arbitrary. Mediocre is subjective. I should just do things and not care as much and just enjoy them and not let them do the opposite of what I want them to do. Like, it's counterintuitive.
I just need to know, because we have gone way over time, because I wanted to take this segment to talk about how you've applied one of the games in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Which game was that?
Can I take it for a little bit? I've been doing Look Around You, which is one that I made at the very start, which I've just always thought was good, one of my best ones. For context, I've been having a lot of trouble feeling present, remembering what I've done, feeling like I'm actually in the world, kind of just like I have a sleepy fog whenever I'm doing everything, and so I have to intentionally break that. And Look Around You has been helping me a lot with that.
Now we're going to come to the part that this is all about. Now that opening sequence, getting them some startup points, but for this next part of the game, we're actually going to get into the main topic of this particular episode. And I have made this spinner to help us come up with topics, to help us see what it is that we're going to be gaming, and it will choose for us because I'm that creative. Okay, ready guys? Today we are gamifying reading a book.
Oh, yes, finally this one.
Okay.
I was not expecting this. Of all the ones I was thinking of, I even forgot that this one was on here. And I still don't remember that this one is on here. But the reason I put it on there is because sometimes in my life, like now, I cannot pick up a book. I can't do it. I can't pick up a book. I can't read. I can't even read things on my computer sometimes. And we're reading all the time. That's one of the reasons it's hard to read books now, is because we spend so much time reading on our phones. But we want to come up with a game that's really going to help us. But this first one, guys, before you create this game, I want you to focus on what is the purpose. Why is it important to read a book? Integrate that into there so that this game has meaning. So I'll give you 10 minutes.
That's a very long time.
So is it 5 minutes? Is it supposed to be 5 minutes?
I mean, I think a cap of 5 minutes is good, but like,
I gave you 2 minutes and you're like, that's too short. I give you 10 minutes. You say it's too long. Ready, set, go. All right, ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. So I guess Puzzle's going first.
My game's pretty short, and I'm open to questions and answers afterwards because I
And
don't want to
criticism.
I don't want to take a bunch of your time by just talking and talking and talking and losing your interest. But my game is called Read Up: How to Level Up Your Reading Game. According to the article How to Enjoy Reading Books from RoxaneKey.com, many people feel pressured to read because it's seen as something that smart people do, and it's often associated with success. However, genuine enjoyment of something stems from personal motivation rather than societal expectations or outward pressure. So to make reading more engaging, you need to turn it into a game. So you can do this by following these 3 very simple, very small, easy to do steps. Number 1, set goals and rewards. Decide to read, for example, 30 minutes a day. After a week of hitting this goal, treat yourself to a favorite snack or activity that you have prevented yourself from doing. You've replaced it with reading. After replacing it for 7 consecutive days, reward yourself with this thing that you have taken out of your life. Number 2, track progress. You can use a reading app like Goodreads to log books and set completion deadlines. You can track your streaks and celebrate milestones like reaching 5, 10, or 20 books. Realistically, you might not read that many books when you first start out. Like it might be slower, but you can celebrate milestones on social media, share your progress, and keep up a streak. And then 3, join challenges. There are a lot of readathons and online forums and Reddit subreddits and stuff like that for reading communities. There's a subreddit for every single genre of book. Try to find a community that is enjoying a book that you're currently reading, maybe a friend or 2 or even a whole book club, and participate with people for 30 days and maybe compete with them a little bit and create your own by setting themed monthly goals like read 3 mystery novels or read 3 self-help books, or here in October read 3 horror books. So those are the 3 steps: set goals and rewards, track progress, and join challenges. I know these are very nebulous, vague, abstract gamification methods, but I think they'll really help you in your reading journey using Read Up.
Read Up. Nice. Good job staying within the timely parameter. Critical feedback.
No, I liked it.
Okay. Just for the course par sort of deal. Yes, this is exactly the kind of game I wanted you to create. The course we were in, we wanted to focus a little bit more on the purpose.
Oh.
All right, Sean, it's your turn.
All right. Welcome to the digestion.
You not only went away from your one-word nerd. You not only went away from your one-word names.
Oh!
But you dare say something as vile as that.
So sit back down before I destroy you. Welcome to Digestion Trail. This is like Oregon Trail, but you're digesting a book.
Oh, did you think that game was called Oregon Trail?
No. So, every book is a journey, and the journey is different for every person. The 3 types of reasons for reading a book are perspective changes, finding new information that you just find interesting, or for entertainment. And before you start your journey with a book, your game, you have a level select where you can select different combinations of these reasons. You could read a book entirely for entertainment, or you could do a combination of perspective and information gaining, all that. It's completely customizable. And then you embark on your journey into the book. Objectives while you're reading through it include getting more points. Hang on, how do I say this? High scores reached by getting more points in particular areas you wish to grow, as well as reading more in a period of time than you normally did, as well as achievements such as earning combinations of... Man, I'm just saying combinations a lot.
Nice combo.
I'm just gonna say there is achievements and leave it that. I'll come back to that later. After each chapter, each level, there is a rest stop. This is an elevator room. This is a pasture. This is a nice, safe place where you can look back and be like, hey, I learned something. And if you didn't learn what you wanted to learn, or if you didn't get entertained, didn't get your information, you can figure out what to do next time. You also have an emergency mental fog cookie, which lets you just stop reading for a little bit and refocus so that you don't keep rereading the same sentence over and over, or not being able to visualize the environment, or just not getting the ideas that you're reading. And so you take a minute to refocus, step away from the book, get a snack or something, and then you get back on. You can do as many of these chapter levels as you want, and as many of the good as you wish.
Puzzle, that's disrespectful.
That was a mistake.
How does this always happen? So what is it you're doing? What is it you're doing when you're accidentally running into sound effects?
There we go. Now I can just listen to it.
I feel like you can only do that as the host.
Yeah, that's valid.
Okay. Whoa. 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 I'm trying to stop my timer and I'm lapping it instead. Okay. Sean, you did go a minute over time.
Oh no.
So you lost 5 points.
That's a lot.
It is, except you started with 20. So not too bad.
Okay.
When you get the light, you need to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just being weird.
I can't believe I pulled a Sean and immediately forgot about the prayer. Like, I pulled a Sean and I completely forgot that you said focus on the purpose. Even though you really strongly focused on that, I completely forgot. Just like Sean didn't make a prayer for extra 5 points last round.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's okay. Your game is really good. So, if you're like me, which, you know, you probably aren't. You probably think, man, why would I sit down and read a book? I want to read a book that's fun. You know what a book that's fun? It doesn't have words. It has pictures and sounds, and it is called a movie. And you can play it because it is a movie game, or as some people like to call it, a video game. How could you take a book that you need to read, or that you have been seeking to read, or that you have been challenged to read? You know, it's just like, this is something I need to do, and I can't get myself to do it because it's not fun enough. For this next round, this level, we want to focus on making a reading experience that is more fun. So, fun. How can we incorporate...
What?
Sorry, I just Googled how to enjoy reading books you don't want to read, and number one was get checked for learning disabilities. And like, wow, okay, whoa.
Wow.
Okay, cool. This is very targeted at me.
Hey, you, get checked for learning disabilities. Why would you even Google this?
And yes, especially focus on the books that we don't want to read. And let's make this a little bit more fun. There's a fun way to do this. And y'all better get started. All right, that's time. Who's ready?
I can go.
Okay, Sean.
All right. Welcome to the digestion sprint.
I really don't like that. I don't like that a lot.
Let's not do that. I don't have a title for this one. But it's the same game. It's just the same. It's just a different section. Things that carry over are the mental fog cookie. It works the same way. The safe rooms, they work the same way. The only difference is that this is not lining up a target, and carefully considering your objectives. This is a run and gun in which you are desperately trying to find any meaning whatsoever you can grasp hold of, and you are going to squeeze the juice out of it. You need to actively set up rewards for yourself. One way I like to do this is every time I flip a page, I give myself a chip.
I knew that was gonna be it.
Pavlov dogs yourself out of existence so that you will learn to enjoy the book. You also want to put on your relatability cap, which automatically shows you connections to what you already know. See, you're going to look at these words, it's going to highlight the words in real time and say, you learned about Genghis Khan in school today. This is talking about Genghis Khan. Stuff like that to get
Connection.
you interested.
Relatability.
So instead,
My toes smell like Band-Aids.
What? Is that my fault?
It's mine.
So, instead of choosing what meaning you're looking for, you are going to look out for any points you can grab from any topic. Perspective changes, knowledge growing, and entertainment. And you are going to congratulate your freaking self every time you find something good. You remember, there is no leisure here. You are on a mission. And if you fail, there's no telling what's going to happen. The main difference is that this is not you're trying to get a specific meaning out of it. This is like you're picking berries of good meaning as you go along. Let's just call it run and gun, actually. I'm never gonna win a Gamify This episode.
What are you talking about? When's the last time you won?
I don't
Wait,
know.
actually, how long has it been since you've won? You hosted Anger! That was 2 episodes ago.
It's just because the
Oh.
episodes have been so far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're working our
that's
way
true.
away from that, as I understand, and I hope we stay focused on that. I don't want to hear this recording and be like, wow, it was 2 years ago that we said that. Because that's what's happened with a lot of the podcasts, and that's what's happened with my YouTube channel. I'm sorry, I'm just working on Sean's points a little bit. He got a +1 for being ready first, just like Puzzle got a +1.
Ugh.
And I want a +1, but we're just gonna have to wait. Hold on. Gamify.
Drowning in your sorrows.
I'm thinking here. I'm like, I really like this run and gun concept. I don't know. I don't know if Puzzle's gonna be able to outdo that, honestly. But Puzzle, what is your game?
Read Up Level 2. Book Quest. Do you have that one book you know will change your life, but you just can't seem to get through it?
Yeah.
Book Quest turns reading into an adventure where every page is a new mission, and every chapter is a level to conquer. Whether it's a dense philosophy book or a complex self-help book, Book Quest breaks it down into a game you will want to play. Here's how it works. Step 1, you set your quest. You choose that book you want to read and decide on your ultimate goal. Place it on the Book Quest map and visualize your progress. Step 2, missions. Every chapter is a level, and it has its own small missions inside of it. One of those missions includes solving mental QuickTime puzzles by summarizing key points. What?
Puzzle games.
Yes.
Love them.
Solving a mental puzzle by summarizing key points, and that earns you 15 XP. If you read 10 pages, you earn 10 XP. Basically, a page equals an XP. You get to choose that in the first step when you set your quest. If it's a longer book, maybe each page is worth less XP. If it's a short book with a lot of good content, maybe each page is worth 5 XP. But you decide that in the first step. Anyway, step 2 is missions, where every chapter is a level, and that's broken up into small missions, like reading pages, summarizing key points, and those are the only missions I have so far. Each completed mission brings you closer to that goal. Step 3, earn rewards. The more you read, the more rewards you can unlock. You earn treasure points for every level completed, and you redeem those for fun perks, a favorite snack, a cozy 10-minute break, or even a movie night once you have enough points. The more challenging the mission, the bigger the reward. Step 4, by the way, there's 5 steps, so we're almost there. Step 4, Track your journey. You use that book quest map to visualize your progress. Each chapter is a point on your map guiding you through the story kingdom. Track your path through the book's themes and see how close you are to conquering the final chapter. Every page turned is a step closer to your next achievement. Step 5. Master special challenges. If you want an extra challenge, take on boss battles at the end of more difficult chapters. Summarize those ideas you're struggling with, explain them in your own words, and discuss them with a friend for an extra 30 XP. This will help solidify your understanding, level up your knowledge, and get you extra juicy points. Reading shouldn't be a chore. With Book Quest, you can turn those difficult reads into thrilling adventures. Every book becomes an exciting new quest where you grow stronger, smarter, and more curious with each level you conquer. Whether you're tackling classic literature, dense academic texts, or complex self-help guides, Book Quest helps you focus on the purpose of reading, to learn, grow, and enrich your life, while making it a fun, gamified experience.
The only one I didn't get, well, there were 2 things I didn't get. The boss level. The other thing I didn't get is this page by page? No, or this book by book. But the thing I really liked was when you said dance philosophy book. I am excited to read a book on dance philosophy by the Just Dance.
Oh, crap.
Just Dance.
I've led you on. I said dense.
Well, you're not the only one to lead me on. I lead myself on.
Okay, so let me break it down for you. The whole page to XP thing is kind of convoluted, and I wanted to run past it because I could have spent a lot of time on it. Say you have a 500-page book that has a lot of content in it, but it's 500 pages. So maybe
I get the XP.
Each page is worth 1 XP. But if there's a 50-page book, but a lot of people are recommending it to you, and it's going to really change your life, since it's only 50 pages, each page is worth a lot more points.
That's why my point system confuses you so much, because one day I'll be basing on like 60 points, 100 points, other days like 1.2 points.
That's all right. No,
it's just whatever gets you to what the level of the completion is, and whoever gets there first.
And then also the boss fight is when you take a concept that you're struggling with and explain it to another person.
Oh, it's the mind to action part.
Yeah, summarize complex ideas, explain them in your own words, and discuss them with a friend for an extra 30 XP.
Putting the knowledge, putting the learning to the test, putting the knowledge to power by knowledge being applied.
Do you have an out or like a solution when you're reading the book and you have mental fog or a motivation dip, or you just stop wanting to?
That's more of your psyche. That's more gamifying focus, gamifying concentration. This is focused on the book itself and on learning and trying. I put some motivation in there with the points being redeemed for rewards, but I am not a therapist, and I didn't want to focus too much on that. I know, shocking. I didn't want to put too much into that because I wanted to focus more on the journey of reading and less on the nitty-gritty of your day-to-day life, because it can be so many different things that affect your focus, and I didn't want to try to have a one-size-fits-all because there's nothing like that.
True.
And now, guys, it's time for a pop quiz. At this point in the episode, I get the gamer and the nerd to try to guess from my artistic mind what a true fact is and what the rest is just beep. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you the chance to participate in this vote. I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to give you various answers and what they could possibly be. And you are going to scroll down on Spotify. You can only do this on Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube and stuff, I'm sorry. Just write down your answer and submit an email to Gamify This podcast and say, I won, or something like that. We'll send you a cookie.
You can comment in the YouTube comment section too. You don't have to email us.
Only email us. I don't want to see your comments.
That's because no one freaking
All right, and here's the quiz. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
What is the oldest book that has been found
Oh.
Is it A, the Graz Mummy Book, B, the Dead Sea Scrolls, or C, the Epic of Gilgamesh?
Should we enter it in the Gamifier chat?
Yes, do that. Set example by be example. But also I will want to hear, well, actually. Oh, you're talking about the chat on Discord over here.
Yeah, just so that we don't talk
What
over each
was-
other and take each other's answers.
What was number A?
The
A
Mummy?
was, yeah, like a Graz Mummy Book. B, the Dead Sea Scrolls. And C is the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Huh.
How many points are we wagering for this?
A point.
Oh, a singular point.
3, 2, 1. C, the Epic of Gilgamesh is both of your guesses, and it is incorrect.
Oh! Is it
It's
the Mummy
actually-
Book?
It's the Mummy Book. So actually, guys, it was a trick question. I listed 2 scrolls and 1 book. Book being something that's bound. I think people are gonna hate me for this. People are gonna hate me for this. So this is the oldest found book. Before this, we didn't have like that form of book. They were like scrolls and stuff like that. But the oldest found book, as we think of a book, bound with pages, was this mummy book, written by apparently a mummy or for a mummy.
Yes.
Oh.
I like the interpretation that the mummy wrote the book.
Random trivia. This is also the oldest, the Graz Mummy Book is one of the oldest examples of defined margins and like formatting. It's one of the oldest examples of margins and formatting and being bound. Like this was like very professional.
So, do you know why they did margins? It was protection. Just
So
in
that it wouldn't
case.
bleed out the edges.
Well, you got rats, you got fire, you got weathering,
Good
got-
point.
you got like people flipping the pages. You're gonna destroy the paper after a while. They cared a lot about preserving it, so it was like we're just gonna put a buffer in between the information and the world, kind of.
Samuel, if you're clued out, margin is the white space where letters aren't on a page.
Right. I thought he was talking about columns for some reason, which is the space between the margins where the
Oh.
words are.
This is the first time words.
So I feel like Puzzle's doing a really good job at looking ahead to the next round in each of these levels and what he's done, which is great, but also makes me feel bad for him because he could be winning so many more points on those next levels.
I really focused on purpose.
Huh?
I really did. I did,
No,
Daddy.
you did. You just focused on the wrong things.
Oh.
The wrong things.
So here's the thing. I would excuse Kenneth Copeland's behavior if he was like on coke, but I really don't. I honestly don't think he would do drugs. So I just don't know how to. I just don't know how to explain his behavior.
Maybe he would. Maybe he would. Maybe he would do drugs like coke and be like, "This is the work of the Lord." Okay, guys. For this final level, there's going to be a big focus on something else. So we talked about purpose. That's what and why you want to do this, why you want to get into this book thing. We talked about fun. Dance philosophy book sounds really fun. And Puzzle got 300 points for that. Now we're going to talk about issues. Issues that I have, issues that you have, issues that we have that make it very difficult to read books. There's dyslexia, there's distractions, and there's dystopia. The ending of the world as we know it right now outside, it really makes it difficult to read books. Let's get into that. Let's get into that dyslexia, distractions, dystopia by showing me how we can become more empowered to fight those things. Give us the power to read these books, to read these words, to obtain this knowledge, to do it well. Help me read a book more powerfully. Puzzle, the boss level thing, I mean, phew, that was so good.
I forgot that you literally do this every time you host. Fun, purpose, and power of gamification.
Purpose, fun, power.
Fun, purpose, power. Fun, purpose, power. You've hosted like 7 episodes at this point.
I always forget too, and then today I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to break up these rounds? What? I know what I can do. I do the
So-
exact same thing.
So the purpose of this one is finding solutions to hurdles.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Is that what the? Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys a certain number of minutes.
I asked him what it was, and he's like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't go. Tell me one more time. What's being powered? What is this?
Well, just keep in mind that dyslexia, distraction, and dystopia are, as Sean said, hurdles. But the real focus here, we want power, and we want power. It could be internal power, a buff. No, a power up. It could be an external power, a boost, and it could be a lasting power, a buff. We might want all of those.
Can you remind me the difference between boost and buff?
A boost is like an energy drink. No, sorry. A boost is like when you hit the accelerator in your car, or when somebody pushes you forward, or it's an external force that affects you in the moment.
How is that different from a power up?
It's different from a power up because a power up is an internal force that helps you on the inside, like an energy drink or coffee or something like that. Something that changes who you are for a minute. A boost is something that changes how you are for a minute. And a buff is something that changes who and how you are. All right. Who's ready?
I can go.
Okay, Sean. What is it?
Your eyes skip words and reread the same sentence over and over. Your stomach growls because you forgot to eat. You die because you didn't think you were worthy of life. Have you had these problems while reading your favorite book? If you have, you're not alone. Tackling a book requires a constant battle with yourself. With Boss Fight, you can use this book as the anvil to smash your problems. Every chapter is a level. At the end of every chapter, you have a rest stop which you use to look back, look forward, take a moment, and glory in your victory over your own incompetence. You have 3 mental fog cookies for each chapter, which you use to take a break in the middle and refocus. This is like run and gun, but you are looking for mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical problems within yourself that you haven't spent a lot of time trying to fix. Take time to understand your dyslexia, practice pushing past your focus problems, allow yourself to feel freely, and make sure you're well fed while you're exploring the hurdles you need to overcome to be a more healthy person. Challenging perspectives gives you a mental booster, giving you something to think about for a while. Allowing yourself to feel freely about the content of the book gives you an emotional power-up and gives you practice at understanding yourself as you go throughout your daily life. This is boss fight, where the boss is you, and you're looking for weak points to attack your own unhealth.
That's pretty good, Sean.
Thank you.
Not gonna lie.
Michael, I do have to say I am heavily inspired by your style of presenting.
Thank you.
That was a lot of where that came from, because you're pretty consistently very good at making it interesting.
So here's the thing. I don't have a name for this round. It's just called power-ups. Oh no! You've hit the valley of distraction. You got tangled in the dyslexia dunes, or you stumbled into this.
Sorry.
Just end it all.
Sorry.
No, you got this puzzle. I'm enjoying it.
Oh no! You've hit the valley of distraction, got tangled in the dyslexia dunes, or stumbled into the dystopian depths. Never fear, adventurer. It's time to summon your boosts, buffs, and power-ups. So let's start out with power-ups. These are the external. We've got 2 power-ups for you. The Focus Elixir and the Speed Boots. Boots, not boost. Boots. The Focus Elixir is activating a short burst of focus within a 15 to 20 minute reading sprint. Eliminate all distractions. Put your phone in a different room. Tell everyone to leave you alone.
Alone.
Put your phone in a different room. Tell everyone to leave you alone. Find a cozy spot and set a timer. Earn extra XP for completing each sprint. Afterwards, take a recharge or maybe be done with the day because that might have hit your daily goal. Speed boots. Feeling bogged down, equip the speed boots. Skim points and scan for main ideas. Look for bold text and or pair your reading with an audiobook. This will help you speed through it and maintain momentum without getting stuck in the quicksand of dense text. Dense, not dance. Same old, dense. I didn't say dance again. It's not dance text. It's dense. Boosts! These are external. We got the mindful mirror and the clarity charm. The mindful mirror is when your thoughts are drifting, and this boost is to bring them back. Take deep breaths, close your eyes, and refocus. Repeat key phrases to ground your attention. This is like playing Look Around You when you're having trouble reading. This helps you identify distractions and gently steer your mind back on course, making each reading session more effective. And then the clarity charm. Facing a wall of complex ideas, the clarity charm can light the way. Use highlighters, digital tools, or annotations to untangle tricky passages. Visual aids like diagrams and mind maps can really help you get through those dense parts of text, making even the hardest material clear and easy to understand. And then we got a buff. We got one buff because I can't really think of many permanent upgrades to reading, but I've got one, and this one's pretty good. This is a permanent buff that will forever change the way you read, so listen closely. Insight Aura. This buff represents a long-term upgrade, a permanent upgrade. With regular practice, build a habit of reading summaries before diving into chapters. This will give you a clear roadmap of the content ahead. Over time, this habit will help you digest complex books more easily, giving you a permanent advantage when approaching new material. So equip your focus elixir, slip on your speed boots, and harmony. So equip your focus elixir, slip on your speed boots, and harness the mindful mirror and clarity charm to navigate any challenge. Every page turned brings you closer to mastering the text, earning points, and leveling up to become a master reader.
I don't know how you did it, but that was actually pretty good.
Oh no! I had an article! Oh! I had a source I was gonna reference.
Oh no.
Puzzle, you did a really, really good job following the assignment. And you both did a really good job with each of your games. Sean, the problem I have with this one, you said look for problems, you said try to understand, which these are absolutely power-ups.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a power-up that I can place. It's more like these are going to help. These are going to solve the problem. You do get your 40 points for that one. But you don't get anything else.
Oh. That was so savage.
The main thing was because I feel in a way you didn't really tell me how. You know?
Okay.
And that's one of the hard things about this judging system is I would need you to tell me how to look for those problems or how to try to understand. Puzzle was specific on the power-ups because he knows that what I'm looking for is something outside of yourself, something inside that you can put inside yourself to change you.
I was getting to specifics, but I ran out of time.
You still got your 40 points and
Yeah.
a big pat on the back from me because I really liked that you were talking about fighting yourself and going after yourself as the boss battle.
Yeah.
And understanding what the hurdles are so that you can overcome them.
My main idea was that you are using the book as a place to get power-ups for your life.
Yes. Ooh, this was a very close game.
Ooh.
Not round one, but in our early talk, we got you guys some points. I was going to say Sean had done the best because I was asking for a gamification in your life, and I wanted to hear like if we've actually been playing these games. And Sean went right into it with 2 answers, and I gave him points for that. And Puzzle was talking about the problems he was having, and I didn't realize that he was talking about a game he was coming up with as a result of that. So he actually won that, got most points on that because it was cool. He brought something new in and another game, and he was sharing that with us, something that he was doing for school and all that. But when it came down to the actual games, Sean won round 1, Sean won round 2, and Puzzle Puzzle of One Round 3, which really redeemed him because at the end, Puzzle had 166 points and Sean had 149 points.
Those are the biggest numbers I've ever heard in my whole life.
Man, I was really confident in that last one. Sorry, I'm feeling freely. I am disappointed.
Oh, you did really good.
Sean, if it makes you feel any better, you hosted episode 10. I get to host episode 20. So maybe down the road, Samuel will host episode 30. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
But join us next week when I host episode 20. Gamify.
Oh, I'm the host. You're not the host yet, Puzzle.
I know, I was telling them to come back when I host for episode 20.
Well, guys, thank you for coming today and listening to us bramble about books. And I'm finally feel ready to read a book now. I'm going to follow Puzzle's instructions with a little bit of tidbits from Sean. Go into your own life and start playing some games. Take those boring parts of your life, like reading a book, or those things you need to do, those things you need to pick up, do them. That's what we're here to do.
Make him at least tolerable.
You can follow Puzzle on Puzzle MTM on YouTube and Twitch and other sorts of places. You can follow Sean on 10 Tiny Potatoes.
Right
and
here.
10 Tiny Potato OS, I believe. You can follow me on Moser Meadows Records on YouTube, Moser Meadows Records on TikTok. You can follow me on Instagram at Samuel Claus Tuner, or just don't.
Hey, don't
Guys,
undersell yourself.
this is what we always like to say at the end of these episodes because the game is over.
Gamify this.
Over.
Sean, we have to retake
Game over.
that. Okay, do we say it long or short?
We say it long. Or should we say it short? Do you think short would sound better?
I think short is more like boom.
Game over.